Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents The Big Book of Mars, From Ancient Egypt to the Martian, a deep space dive into our obsession with the Red Planet, by Marc Hartzman, narrated by Johnny Heller. Introduction. In the beginning. Once upon a time, the planet Mars was a wondrous place, filled with intelligent beings. Standing 10 to 20 feet tall, these brilliant Martians feverishly dug canals to irrigate their dry planet and desperately tried to contact us, the people of Earth. Some 100 years ago, that's what the greatest minds in the world believed, and so it was. This was an era when telephones, automobiles, airplanes, radios, and television were new and magical wonders. The impossible, it seemed, was never more possible. So when newspapers spread scientific theories and hyped the next big advance, communication with Martians, people thought, why not? The long-distance phone bills would cost a fortune, but still, what a time to be alive. I discovered this peculiar period of interplanetary excitement while researching Nikola Tesla's attempts to communicate with our supposed neighbors. In the process, I stumbled upon someone who'd claimed to already be hobnobbing with them. His name was Dr. Hugh Mansfield Robinson, and in the 1920s, he was in touch with a big-eared, nearly 7-foot-tall Martian woman named Umaruru, telepathically. Forget Tesla. Who was this Robinson guy? I switched my focus and dug into this other story. For someone who likes writing about weird history, this was striking gold. Robinson's conversations with Umaruru made headlines all around the world. Earth was fascinated with all things Mars, regardless of who was offering it. The obsession with the Red Planet goes back even further, to a time long before the early 20th century. Thousands of years ago at least, when its red color conjured images of bloodshed instead of the oxidized iron dust covering its surface. Ancient Egyptian astronomers noticed the fiery orb's retrograde motion and named it Har-Decker, meaning the Red One. As time trudged forward, other curious civilizations gave it their own names, based on its blazing visage. Chinese astronomers saw the fire star and considered it a sign of bane, grief, war, and murder. The Hebrews called it Ma'adim, from their word for red, Adam. They believed that those born under the influence of Mars would enter bloody occupations such as murder, the military, or surgery. By 600 BCE, the Babylonians dubbed it Nergal, after their god of war and destruction. Bloodshed became the presumptuous theme for the Red Planet. For whatever barbaric acts these peoples were committing in their own kingdoms, they must have thought all hell was breaking loose on faraway Mars. When the Babylonians gazed at the skies to develop a calendar, they created the 7-day week and named each day for a known celestial body: the Sun, the Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn. The day attributed to Mars is Tuesday. The association is more apparent in Spanish, in which the day is known as Martes. Its association with war and aggression led them to perform special rituals on Tuesdays to avoid hostile influence from the Red Planet. Thousands of years later, Mars remains in our lives at least once a week. In the mid-300s BC, while pondering, everything, Aristotle observed the Moon passing in front of Mars, which led him to conclude that it, and the other planets, were farther away from Earth. In the meantime, he and the rest of Greek civilization carried on the tradition and named the red planet Ares, after their own god of war. The son of Zeus and Hera, Ares represented the unfortunate but necessary brutality and violence of battle. Ares' two sons, Phobos and Deimos, meaning fear and terror respectively, would lend their names to the two moons of Mars after their 1877 discovery by astronomer Asaph Hall. All these gods of war eventually lost the planet-naming contest to the Roman deity Mars. The planet's mystique mirrored their affinity for power and bloody paths of conquest. But as far as the Roman astronomer Claudius Ptolemy was concerned, Mars was just a soldier in the earthly universe. It, along with the sun and other celestial bodies, revolved around us. His theories, known as the Ptolemaic system, reigned for the next 1,400 years, until Copernicus proclaimed a different idea about the organization of the solar system. From then on,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?